Thanks for the great introduction. I'm really grateful to both of you for inviting me here, and Dr. Albert presiding over this presentation. My presentation has two parts. Basically, I'm trying to focus on showcasing Indian culture, identity into different forms. So I have a PPT and followed by a small presentation of videos showcasing different cultures in different parts. But basically, I'm trying to focus on Maharashtra. I'm coming from Maharashtra. I thought, no, it is a great opportunity for me to showcase my own state. Yeah, the state of Maharashtra in the course of my presentation. So there'll be 2-3 videos focusing on Maharashtra, and rest of them would be pan-Indian videos. So with this brief introduction, let me get into the presentation. Where is the slideshow? Okay. Yeah. So here I'm going to talk about Incredible India, the union of different cultures. When you see the photograph here, it is a representation of Indian culture. How we see the women, the beautiful women of India, and as part of our culture, they showcase the Indian culture as such. India is a country of different states. Each state has different cultures, different festivities, different religions. It's a multicultural, multi-religious, multi-language country. So in a way, it is a union of different cultures living together in peace and prosperity. So when someone raises issues about the cultural conflict, as a bureaucrat, as a civil servant, I don't subscribe to such kind of views. But still, I mean, we are one of the oldest civilizations in the world, one of the oldest civilizations, having 5,000 years of history. So over a period of time, our culture has evolved, and it has been enriched by different communities, different religions, different races. So as a result, we are a great nation of a great civilization. Here, in the next one hour of my presentation, I would like to give a brief introduction. I know it is really difficult to introduce the entire India in 1 hour, but still I'm trying to make a small attempt in giving the taste of India to the audience present here. With this brief introduction, I'll get into my presentation. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Screen was not sharing. So let us go to the first slide. Yeah. First slide. Where is the first slide? This is the second one. Yeah, this second one I'll show now. So the women represent India, and it is a union of cultures, as I said. Here, when I say the women, the way they present themselves to the family, to the community, to the state, and to the universe. This is how Indian women are presented. It is a rich tradition. This one?
Yes.
Where is it? It got enlarged. Unable to check. You want to next one? Yeah, no. Oh, okay. Next one. Okay. So we start with Namaste. Everyone must be very well acquainted with the word called Namaste. Any Indian greets you with the word called Namaste. You must be wondering, what does the Namaste mean? Some of the people, some of the professors who are present here, they may be very well aware of the word Namo and Namaste. Here, it is an identity that can never be forced upon anyone. It is staying to our own culture, one's own culture, like trying to wither away strong. It is a connection. When we say Namaste, we are respecting people, friends, family, and elders, and even the children who are younger to you and elder to you. It is a way of greeting people and expressing love and affection to the people who are meeting you and greeting you in day-to-day life, either in the morning, evening, or in the afternoon. So anyone, when we are meeting, it is not just good morning. It's not just hello. It has a lot of meaning and underpinnings to it. So we say with folded hands, Namaste, which means we regard you, respect you, and love you, and we have affection for you. This is how we greet anyone, either from the family, or from the community, or from the colleges, universities, or anyone, whether elder, children, irrespective of the age. We treat each and everyone with a folded hand. Whenever you see our Indian Prime Minister visiting foreign nations, you would see him with this greeting called Namaste. Whenever we go out in India and outside the country, we do that. So it's a way of greeting, saying hello, like the Western people say hello and shake hands. Like that, we with folded hands, we say Namaste to each and every person we meet, whether it is elder, children, or irrespective of the age. However, there are various connotations. So I'll say it in a different way. When one gets tired of talking to someone, I read the story of one person who is in America, who has narrated the story. It stuck to me in my mind. So when in a way it has a different connotation also. So when I get bored with someone talking to me, engaging with me, so at the end of it, if I get bored with that, I simply say Namaste. That means you are trying to convey to him, saying probably we can end this talk and go carry on with our work. That is one way of politely conveying a message, saying that let us end this conversation. So that way also it is being used, but mostly it is being used to greet and meet people in a form of saying hello to people. So here I have the Indian geography map. Some of the people who may not have got a chance to visit India may not know what shape and where it is located. So here I'm trying to introduce India in this form. It is a subcontinent. Actually, people say it's like a continent, but it's a subcontinent in a diamond-shaped way, with a lot of regions. I mean, every state is a different region. But however, I'm trying to say there are 3 regions here: Himalayas to Karakoram, that is on top part of it. This is the Himalayan part of it. Part of it is in China, part of it is in other parts of the Afghanistan. So this is the Himalayan region, what we are saying. So that is Himalayan to Karakoram Mountains, that is far north. Then we have the middle part of India. This is upper middle part of India, which is the Ganges Valley. This is where the Indus and other the great Ganges of India traverse across India towards the eastern part of India. This is the eastern part of India and merges with other rivers and then into the Pacific and Bay of Bengal oceans. Then we have Indus River, that is which is flowing towards western part, that is to Pakistan and later on into other countries. That is another this thing. But our country, India's origin, India's name comes from the river called Indus. We call it Indus civilization. So later on, if you come down, you can see this part. This is where Maharashtra is. I come from this place called Mumbai. Probably all of you can see it. This is in western part of India. We have a huge coastal line in western India, and eastern India also we have a huge coastal line. So with a lot of beaches, lot of ports, most modern ports. We have almost like 21 ports located in these parts of country. So this connects us to different parts of the world, like Europe, transatlantic, and other countries. We get connected through these major ports, and we have a excellent cultural connection all over this eastern and western coast of India. This is Maharashtra. Probably I'll be little biased in focusing more on Maharashtra, but though I'm an Indian, I do have to focus. But each state focuses on its own statehood. So here I'll try and slightly focus on Maharashtra as well. So we have religions here. I'm trying to showcase only two religions, but that is Hinduism and Buddhism. Hinduism is the major religion. Almost like 85% of the country is Hindu faith practicing population. However, we have Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Jains, Sikhism. So all these religions are present. That's why we call it a multi-religious country. And most of these religions have gone to global level. Buddhism is the most popular religion, which has originated from India, but popular in China, entire East and Far East. It is quite popular. So is the case with Sikhism. Sikhism, though it is from a state called Punjab here, but it is really popular in Canada, USA, and other parts of the world. Even in Japan, we see a lot of Sikh community present and practicing their religion. So it's a multi-religious country. And apart from that, apart from multi-religions, we have multi-languages. Each region, I mean, we have almost like 18 official languages. However, we have hundreds of dialects. We have 18 official languages which are recognized by the Constitution. Out of these 18 languages, we have 5 classical languages. When I say classical languages, they are recognized as ancient languages, almost like 3,000 years, 4,000 years old languages. One of the classical languages is coming from this part, Orissa. One is from Andhra Pradesh. One is from Bengal. This is the Bengali language. And apart from that, we have Tamil and Malayalam. Tamil is another classical language. You can see literature coming from ages, centuries old literature in India. That's how it's a multi-language and classical languages with ancient history and literature embedded into our culture. So this is a brief introduction about Indian languages. I would give, this is basic elementary facts which one can really remember in the course of introduction. Without this, India cannot be a complete introduction to India. The name of India is derived from, as I said earlier, from the river Indus, which is one of the major rivers in India, followed by Ganges. So our civilization, we call it Indus civilization. So it also originates from this Indus river. So we have most of the people must be knowing chess, but they may not be aware where it originated. Chess originated from India. Some of the audience may not be aware of it, but India is the originator of China, inventor of chess, and India has been a world champion in the game of chess for a long time. You would have heard of a gentleman called Anand. He was a world champion for almost like 10 years. There was a competition between Russia and China, Russia and India, but India was a champion, world champion in chess for a long time, but it is the originator. Apart from that, the unknown facts about the mathematics is algebra, trigonometry, calculus. These are studies which originated from India. Even the word called zero is invented by Indians, though there are some theories saying that it is from Western world, Roman world, but we claim it is originated from India and from Maharashtra. That's how I'm really proud to say Zero is also originated from Maharashtra. And the next, going to the polity part of it, India is the largest democracy in the world, with the second most populous country in the world. We are the largest democracy and youngest democracy. Probably the oldest democracy can be Great Britain and America, probably 200 years, 300 years old, but we are the largest democracy and seventh largest country in the world in terms of geography. And in terms of population, we are the second most populous country in the world, with almost like 130 billion population. Probably in the course of next decade or 2 decades, India would be getting to be the most populous country in the world, with the growth rate present. We have growth rate, I mean to say, the population growth rate. We can be, we may be the largest, the most populous country in the world. That takes me to Ayurveda, which is quite popular all over the world. We are India is India practices like like Taiwan has its own medicinal practices. We have Ayurveda, which is most popular in India. It is an alternative way of treating various ailments. So we do believe in Ayurvedic treatments, and we have the father of medicine, Charaka, the father of medicine. When I say medicine, I'm referring to the allopathy medicine, which is English medicine. So we call Charaka as the founder of modern medicine, the medicine those days. So he is originator and he has invented that. The oldest synagogue is the worship place of Jewish community. Is also in India, which was set up, built in 1503 and later on in 1568. This is one of the oldest outside the Europe. Probably the Britishers brought it to us in Cochin, and it is still one of the most active worshipping places of Jewish. In fact, most of the people from all over the country visit, irrespective of the religions, this synagogue to pay their respect and visit it. Yoga, everyone is aware, very recently Yoga is Yoga Day, International Yoga Day was practiced. Even in Taiwan, the Indian office in Taiwan has celebrated in a large way. Globally, it is being celebrated, and yoga has become fashion of the world and flavor of the world these days. And it also originated from India. It's almost like 5,000 years old, though the forms have been enriched over a period of time. And the most ancient city in India, which was almost like 500 BC, it was mentioned. This is Varanasi. The present Prime Minister of India got elected as the member of parliament from this constituency called Varanasi. So it has a old historical background and highly religious, spiritual town, spiritual city in the country, in North India. This is Varanasi. This is just to brief you about various facts which are not known popularly to general public in general. Yes, one can easily recognize an Indian woman wearing sari. This is the most popular Indian dress. Anywhere in the world, when one wears a sari, they stand out differently in the crowd. So this is Indian sari. But apart from that, we have traditional dresses. I mean, I'm just trying to show you 2-3 dresses. That's it. This is another Indian traditional dress, which is embedded with a lot of jewelry into various traditional ways. We have this thing. This is cap. I mean, this is the traditional wear of most of the Indians. Even I do wear for national days. But the first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, used to wear it as Indian tradition. In almost every national function, almost every foreign visit, he used to wear it. This is what we call dhoti. Probably not many people may be aware of it. And this is the traditional South Indian dress, a shirt and people who have visited Chennai must be aware of it. This is what we call it a lungi, dhoti in a lungi form. there was a popular Indian song, probably later on one can Google it and see, as for Lungi song, you can see it, one of the most popular Indian film songs, which is made out of this dhoti. This is about various dresses, but we have hundreds of dressing styles in India. Here in this presentation, I would like to, each slide would be touching upon various aspects, that is heritage of India, the spirituality of India, nature and wildlife. This is where I'm trying to focus more because I am a lover of nature and wildlife. I have a lot of exposure to it. I thought, no, let me introduce the wildlife and nature of India to the Taiwanese population here. And art, food and cuisines, everyone knows it, how famous Indian food is, and Indian spices, hot and hot spices of India. Yoga and wellness is one of the most popular of late. Crafts, UNESCO heritage sites. Shopping, I don't need to talk about it, and shopping and luxury, I don't need to talk about it. But still, probably I'll touch and go about that. Coming to heritages, this is Agra Fort. Most of the people would have visited the Taj Mahal, but this is another fort which is quite famous, Agra Fort. And we have Chittorgarh Fort, which is in Rajasthan, which is one of the most famous forts in India. A lot of battles were fought here, and we lost some battles. We won lot of battles. This is a war fort basically. And we once again in Rajasthan people who have visited, they would have visited this Jaisalmer fort. This is quite popular. Any visitor coming to India would invariably visit these two forts, and Agra invariably. And Agra, most of the people go to see Taj Mahal, but this is another attraction in Agra. This is the great Taj Mahal, one of the World Heritage Sites. Everyone would be aware of it. This is one of the wonders of the world, actually. It is basically a tribute of one of the kings to his wife, and he has built it over a period of almost like 17 years of this thing. And even today, one of the most visited historical sites of India. Any visit to India without Taj Mahal would be incomplete. That is how famous Taj Mahal is. And a lot of my friends even today keep sending me photos. Probably one of the audience, he keeps sending me his memories of Agra visit. So anyone visiting Agra will go back with a lot of memories and photos. It acts as an album for him or her. India is famous for temples. Most of you would have heard of it. But yes, there are religious contestations going on in countries, rightists, leftists, and other things. But here, my purpose is to showcase how rich, religious-wise, we Indians are, and it is to give a taste of various religions, how we practice various faiths, and within those faiths, how they are kept alive from generation to generation, from years to years, centuries to centuries, how there's a connection in these centuries, in these passing years. That's how, I mean, the temples acts as the connection between generations and over a period of time. Yeah, initially I said Golden Temple, which is the most famous and the most religious place of the Sikhism, Sikhs. This is where, I mean, any Sikh in India would invariably visit. Outside the world also they visit it and pay tributes to Guru Gobind. This is in Amritsar, which is part of Punjab. Punjab is a northern part, close to Delhi. If one is visiting to Delhi, probably it takes around 3 to 4 hours to reach Amritsar and pay homage. I would suggest anyone visiting India should invariably visit a Golden Temple to know about the Sikhism, the practices they do it, and the generosity they have by visiting the place. Here they run a langar. Langar is basically a free food made available 24 hours to the visitors. So invariably every day, any time of the day, you can go and have free food, most clean, neatly maintained. Apart from that, it has its own religious importance. But what I mean to say is here, the Sikhism's the greatness in the form of serving humanity, like any other religion. One of the oldest cathedrals, apart from Sikhism, Hinduism, we have Christianity, which is famous. One of the oldest cathedrals, which was established in around the 15th or 16th century in Goa. People who have visited Goa would have definitely visited this site. This is like any other European cathedrals. You can see it can match any other European cathedrals. This is the famous tree wherein Lord Buddha has attained his enlightenment. Here, even today, people go and try to spend one night around this tree. In fact, I'm proud to say I've spent one night in a tent near this tree, so that you get associated, get connected with the religion called Buddhism. Buddhism, people call it religion. I say it is a way of life. How simple way of life is lived is shown by Buddha to the world. This is where he got enlightenment. So we have various religions which are part and parcel of our culture, Indian culture. Yoga, as I said, and naturopathy and Ayurveda, these have become a way of treating different ailments in the human body. But they are growing in popularity not only in India and various parts of the world. We have naturopathy and Ayurveda growing as a tourism places. I mean, people come from different parts of the world to have this naturopathy treatment, Ayurvedic treatment in different hospitality places. Even in Mumbai, Pune, and other parts of Maharashtra, we have very well developed, great places to undergo these kind of naturopathy treatments. After 15 days, after 20 days of treatment, people go back healthy and wealthy, mentally and physically. Apart from the religion and other things, geographically, if you want to see India being a subcontinent, we have the desert location, which is part of Rajasthan. This is basically in Jaisalmer, wherein you can see the camels and a lot of tourism, foreign tourism happens here. In addition to that, when you see deserts, you also see the beaches. While showing the Indian map, I was showing you eastern and western coast of India. This is in western coast of India, which is called Goa. We have these blue, clean, white beaches all across Goa and down south. So this will be a major attraction for any pleasure trips to India. Probably I'll be showcasing some of these videos later on towards the end of my presentation. But here I wanted to say India is the land for all these 5 big animals. I mean, anyone visiting any country, probably in African countries or in East Asian countries. But India has the unique place of having all these 5 big animals present in its geography. We have the rhinos, the big animal, the big cat, the tiger, lion, elephants. We have all these wildlife present within India. I mean, I'm referring to just big animals, but all these small animals in an ecosystem of wildlife, we have everything present. So any visit to a national park, a sanctuary, or a safari, you can come across all these wildlife present in an ecosystem. Probably a tour of 1 hour, 2 hours would be enough to see the entire spectrum of wildlife in India. In Maharashtra, we have various wildlife sanctuaries. One of the small clippings I would be showing it. Oh, can I show it now? wildlife Tadoba. No, next last one. This is yeah. So here I am trying to show you. So. Yeah. Let me go back to image. We can close it actually. So you can hear me now. Yeah, this is how this is a very recent footage of tiger spot in Maharashtra. So the point I am trying to make is Maharashtra, apart from India, has excellent wildlife presence in Maharashtra. I just have shown you a small clipping of the tigers, the breed of tigers present, and how playful they are. I mean, you can merge yourself with nature while watching these boys playing there in the field, in the jungles, having their water and entertaining people. Hundreds, thousands of people go and see it. I had an opportunity to spot these tigers many times in my various trips to the closest tiger park, tiger sanctuary in Maharashtra. This is one of the most popular tiger sanctuaries. Any part of the year you can go and spot the tigers. The total population in this Tadoba Wildlife Sanctuary, from where I have taken this clipping, is 42 tigers. We have almost like 42 tigers which are counted. I mean, Indian Wildlife Association does the counting of tiger population. We have various ways of counting it. Some of the tigers are color clip. We have video recording of its movements from one place to the other. So we keep track of some of the tigers. But however, we do a census of tigers every 5 years, I believe. Every 5 years we do that. So the latest census says we have 44 tigers in one tiger sanctuary, that is in Maharashtra. Apart from that, various sanctuaries all over India, we have it. The total population is something like 400 to 500 population. I'm not sure about the number, but it's around that number in India. And rhinos, we have it in Assam, which is in eastern parts of India, that is called Assam. We have a special sanctuary in Assam for rhinos. You can see a number of rhinos present there. It's a great sight to see it. I mean, your eyes would be fulfilled, your soul would be fulfilled when you watch tigers in wildlife. So is the case with lions. We have a lion sanctuary in Gujarat. Some of you would have visited Gujarat, but whenever you get a chance to visit Gujarat once again, you visit the lion sanctuary there. Festivals. So, as I said earlier, the festivals and religion are quite interlinked. I mean, every festival is associated with one religion or the other. But here I am trying to showcase you different festivals, mostly from the Hindu faith. We have Lahiri, which is also Sikhism, but we have various other festivals celebrated by different people practicing different faiths. But mostly, I'm trying to say this is Holi, wherein colors are played. This is Ganapati. I mean, I'm trying to showcase you one more video from Ganapati festival. Next, I'll showcase that. We have Diwali, which is the most popular festival, like the New Year here in Taiwan. Diwali is celebrated almost like 7 days in India with a lot of fanfare, festivities, a lot of spending, shopping, sweets. Everything is part and parcel of life. New clothes. People, I mean, those 7 days of October, November is a festival. It's like a holiday for everyone for 1 month. So it is celebrated with a lot of gaiety and pomp in all over India. It is not just one part of India; it's all over India, irrespective of the regions. Regions we celebrate it in a large scale. This is Lohri, which is celebrated mostly in Punjab as a harvesting New Year. I'll show you one of the clippings about Ganapati celebrations. Not Ganapati, probably I'm showing you a clipping about other festivities. This festival can be equated. This festival can be equated like in Taiwan. You have the Dragon Boat Festival, which is celebrated on a large scale. Same way, even in India, we have a boat festival, but I'm not showing it here. But here, the people do a lot of competitions. I mean, hundreds of thousands of rupees are offered as prizes for winners of this competition. This is done just 1 year, evening they do it. And it invariably involves every part of the entire community takes part in it. And the beautiful part of it is even the women, young girls take part along with the boys in going up to this ladder, human ladder. This is called the human ladder, wherein you go and break that small pot which has curd in it. So the legend says it. Even Lord Krishna used to do this when in his own part, that is Mathura, which is part of, which is close to Agra. That's how the legend says it. So we celebrate it on a large scale. It's a major community activity. Everyone, even the politicians.
本次奶发校创造国际绝佳风味，福乐顶级鲜奶优酪。
Wait, when back is it? Where here? Right. Which is click.
इससे पहले थोड़ा सा कहना चाहते बताइए टाइम पढ़ रहे हो अच्छा पढ़ रहा अभी पढ़ा कौन से दल पे कितनी रहेंगे क्या बताएंगे अभी
So what now? So I go back here to everything. Yeah. You can close that. So that's how Dahi Handi festival is being observed and celebrated and experienced in India. We have a lot of diplomats and foreigners coming and experiencing it by taking part into these festivities. Every year it happens in the month of almost like January, February. So that is one of the major attractions. Apart from that, Ganapati festivities is another major attraction. Though I'm not showing any clipping here, but it's a major event in the lives of Indians all over the country, irrespective of the regions. Once again, I'll take you back this thing. I mean, given all these cultural diversities and religious diversities, what do we take back? I mean, what is it contributing to Indian culture? We have the entire. When we say India is one, unity in diversity, and multi-religious and multicultural staying together in peace, this is how the cultural connection is being established by performing, by various, by observing, experiencing various activities across the nation, across the generations. So that's how we establish and identify ourselves with the nation called India. That is how the nationhood is being built up in India. Probably even in Taiwan, we have various festivities, various cultural practices, various national events which are being identified to give that Taiwanese-ness to the people of Taiwan. I mean, which is uniquely different from various other nations, probably other countries across the state. When you see it, we have a different unique identity. So is the case with India. India has developed its own unique identity, whether in the form of culture, religion, dress, food, cuisine, everything. I mean, put together, this is the ecosystem wherein we live, and we identify with the motherland called India. That's how our nationhood is being built up. So in the course of building up this nationhood, how are we developing our economy? That's where, I mean, I wanted to touch upon just one slide, 2 slides on the narrating Indian emerging economy, so that the culture, religion is being linked to the economic growth of India. So India is being increasingly developing into a $5 trillion economy. Very recently, one of our senior ministers from the federal government said In the next 20 to 30 years, India is going to be a $30 trillion economy. That's what he said. I mean, by 2050, India should be $30 trillion economy. By the time the USA, China, and other major economies would be touching almost like $70–75 trillion economy, given the growth rate they are achieving it. But India is trying to emerge as a great economy, not just based on the hard power of economy, but the soft power of culture and tradition and religion and its nature. India is bestowed with a great forest, great nature, great geography. So with the strength of all these things, we are trying to achieve all these things. But it is not just based on hard economic power, which some of the countries try to achieve through their own hard economic power. India is trying to achieve it through its soft power as well. That's what I wanted to convey here through this slide. I'll show you one more slide on Indian elephants. This is Bahubali. There's one more. No, okay. So, okay. What I'll showcase is as I was telling in the introduction, I'll show one of the movies, a small clipping of the movie, a trailer of a movie which has become really popular globally, and it has become a blockbuster movie all over the world. Probably one of the rare movies India has produced. Hollywood produces the most popular movies, but it can match any other Hollywood movie. This is one of the movies called Bahubali, which is quite popular, probably in Taiwan, China, Japan, and other parts of East Asia also. Yeah, this is. Where do we close it? Excuse me. Yeah, we can go to the presentation. Yeah, this one. So when we say Indian films is really difficult to describe in one or two classes, but still, I'll give you basic facts about the Indian film industry. The films are most popular probably in down south. It is more popular than North India. Taiwan, I know number of single screens you have in Taiwan, but in India we have single screens. When I say single screens, standalone theaters in India, we have almost like 6,327. This is 2019. After that, not many are added, but it is almost like 6,500 single screen theaters are present in India. And same year, 2019, we have multiplex screens. Multiplex screens, I mean to say, when we say multiplex screens, these are all available probably even in Taiwan. You may be having in IMAX and INOX and other things. So 5 to 6 screens are available in one place. So mostly into shopping complexes and other things. We have 3,200 multiplex screens. And most number of films produced in the world probably are from India. We have almost like 2,446 movies produced in one particular year, that is in 2019. The same way, even in 2020, 21, probably because of the COVID, the number of movies have come down production-wise. That is universal. All over globally, the film industry is being impacted, and gradually there's a shift from physical movie watching to online movie watching. As a result, you can see the growth of other industry, that is Netflix and other OTTs. But still, the experience of having a film, watching a film in a theater is totally different experience. So I'm sure definitely people will go back to theaters once the pandemic disappears from our lives. But the same way, where the total business done is almost like 2.56 billion USD, 2.56 billion USD in 1 year for film industry. That is the scale of Indian film industry. But you saw the scale of Bahubali, the way it is made. That's how it has become so popular globally. One of the rare Indian movies. But later on, recently, you would have seen a movie called Dangal. That is from an actor called Amir Khan, which has become quite popular in China, probably in Taiwan, and in Japan. Even in other countries also, when you visit Europe, you could see Dangal screening happening all over the European world also. But with these few introduction, I would like to I would take a stop here